All right, it is February 15th. Hope everyone had a great Valentine's Day. We are halfway through February, you guys. This month is flying by, and we are excited to come talk about Emerald or going Emerald again if you're already Emerald, and then also a little deep dive into income and earning. And if we have time, just leave it open for whatever questions you guys have. Announcements, the only two that I can think of off the top of my head are in March, we are running a diamond push group. So you want to be in this group if you have any sort of goals for this business, because one, it is the ultimate like accountability where we're all going to be linking arms. Once a week, a leader is going to go live with training. We're going to be dropping our trackers. We're going to be doing power hours. Like, yes, you have access to our team page, but there's going to be a lot of gold in this group. We also have some guest speakers lined up. I won't drop names yet, but to get into that group, you need to be Emerald, which we're talking about tonight, and you need to hit Success Club in February, because we want this group to be helpful for the people who want to work this business. And by doing those things, like, it shows like, hey, we're meeting each other halfway. We're gonna give all the energy that we can to you guys. So we want you to meet us halfway with this. And then the other thing I have, and Dana, I think you are running one too. We're gonna have a coach sneak peek next week, which I plan to post and share about what ours is gonna look like. Dana, are you doing one next week? Okay. So that's just on the horizon. And I had posted, I think Sunday, a little like how to incorporate coaching into your stories every day. If you're not doing that, just something small every day, so people just have a glimpse into it, because you just do not know unless you know. Like, it's like one of those things, like, how can you ever feel it on your heart or feel like maybe I should try out coaching if you really never see your coach share about coaching? So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to get this party started. All right, Dana, I'll let you get us started.
Okay, so here we go. We are going to just dive right into kind of this idea of Emerald in 24 hours or going Emerald again and again and again. I feel like from what Brooke and I have talked about, this call is going to be a really good balance of, if you're brand new, we're going to give you some awesome basics to go out and make this happen ASAP. And if you've been here a while, and even for myself, it's good. We're going to have a lot of good reminders of why this is important, and digging deep into kind of like that team cycle bonus and earning potential, and just all the things about this mindset of going Emerald over and over again in our business, because it's not a one and done thing. Okay, so the points on this slide is Emerald is for everyone. I genuinely believe, unless you are like, now that we have preferred customer, honestly, if you are a coach, you should be Emerald. If you are anything beyond that discount, you need to be tapping into this next level. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to quit your job in 6 months by going Emerald, but it is a stepping stone that is for everybody that's in that coach position. And then also, as we talk about some of this stuff with Emerald tonight, more than anything, I'm asking you to trust us with the long term in mind. And I'm going to share a little bit more about my story with that later on the call tonight. But a lot of this is either going to maybe feel like drinking from a water hose, or maybe you're going to feel confused, and that's okay, guys. Remember that this is new. I was a teacher. I didn't just jump into teaching straight out of high school. I went to school for 4 years to learn and understand what I was doing. It's not going to take you 4 years to learn how to go Emerald and why it's important. But we do want you to understand that this is a long-term mindset. Yeah, we're saying you can go Emerald in 24 hours, but that is to set you up 5 years from now when you are still here. And this is really important, actually. And again, I'll talk a little bit more about like what that looks like later. And so tonight we're going to relearn kind of what is Emerald, what does it even mean to be an Emerald coach? And then we're going to really talk about why it's important and why we should do it ASAP. Okay, go to the next slide. Do you take over? Or is it me? Sorry, guys. Still me. Okay. That's what I thought. So what is Emerald? Especially if you are a brand new coach here, you start hearing these like gems like diamond and emerald, and you're like, that sounds like kind of weird. It's very like out in the air. So we're just going to break it down super simply. Emerald is you plus 2 other active coaches. So we have a binary system, as you can see on the screen. Oh, I can't point with my pointer. As you can see on the screen there, you have yourself at the top, and then you have 2 legs. So when you're going Emerald, you have an active coach on one of those legs, and you have an active coach on that other leg. And I put on this slide, active is 50 PV, because just for reference, when you're maybe going to go sign up that first coach, you can't just like sign them up with the $40 fee or whatever. They do need to be active with that 50 point value of like a product or Beachbody on Demand or something that would equal that 50 PV. So that is literally what it is. It's you and then an active coach on the left side and an active coach on the right side, and boom, you are Emerald. And then we are going to, that's really all there is to that. Jump into kind of what the benefits are of that, I think, are next. Go ahead.
So like we said, super simple, nothing scary. We have 3 benefits on this page, but I actually have 4 that I'm going to go over. So the first one, and mine don't line up with what's on this screen, so sorry about that. Well, maybe it does. Sorry, my picture's in the way. No, it doesn't. So the first one I'm going to talk about is recognition and getting celebrated for doing what you're doing. So the cool thing about this, recognition is one of our vital behaviors. Something that we just need to be doing all the time as coaches, shouting out people in our challenge group, help when someone gets started, when someone completes their first workout, we need to shout them out. Just like, it's that piece of like, we see you going. And whenever I get recognized, I'll be honest, like, even if it's for something little, I'm like, oh, thank you. You see me. It's a big deal in our coaching business, and Emerald's does, it goes hand in hand. And also the people that so your coach is going to shout on the team page and stories, wherever. And the people that have been watching you, maybe your stories or seeing your posts, all of a sudden they're going to see, that you're an Emerald coach. They have no idea what it means, of course, but they're going to be like, dang, like she's actually doing this thing. Like, cool, that's good for her, and that just gives you that first layer of credibility in this business to your followers as well, and to yourself. The second thing is it unlocks the free leads. So we pay that $15.95 for our coach fee. That goes towards our back office, all our like back office materials. That also goes towards marketing. So the infomercials that Beachbody puts out, the radio ads that Beachbody puts out, anytime that someone gets signed up through any of those things, as when you're an Emerald coach and you are hitting Success Club, you will get Beachbody free leads, which is a really, really cool thing. I know sometimes I'll wake up at the beginning of the month and I already have 2 Success Club points because it's from a free lead who purchased a challenge pack. And I'm like, sweet, I don't know this person. I reach out to them. They don't always get back, but because they kind of didn't want to coach in the first place, but sometimes they do. And it's a really cool thing. But if all else fails, like you at least got commission, and it's by something that you honestly didn't have to, have a conversation for. It's one of those really cool perks of being Emerald and hitting Success Club. All right. The third thing is, which is not on this page, is your rank advancement helps everybody. It helps the whole team, and it helps your coach, because when you go Emerald, that helps your coach go Diamond. And I know for myself, when I was like a brand new baby coach, and like my coach Megan told me, okay, your first step is to get to Emerald. I didn't really understand why, but I knew I was going to be able to help my coach Megan go Diamond. And I was like, sweet, like I want to help her, and that's going to help my business. So it's a really cool, like ripple effect of how we can help each other in this business. And like Dana had said before, one really important thing is that you do need to stay an active status coach, having 90 personal volume on your home account, which I always encourage, just to always have Shakeology on your home account. So that because what I'm going to talk about next is the team cycle bonus. And as long as you stay active, you will always keep your account holding on to volume, which I'm going to dive into next. So what volume is, Well, first off, I'm going to backtrack a second. So we have two ways of earning commissions. Love commissions. Commissions are great. We get for a challenge pack or total solution pack, we get about $50 depending on what it is in commissions, which I love. Like when I was a brand new coach or like even a year or two into coaching, like that was a big deal for me. Like I was selling challenge packs, maybe like once a week or a couple of times a month. And I'm like, there was nothing big. But over time, those things started to add up. And I can stand here when I replaced my income as a teacher with this, it wasn't because I was going out and selling 50 challenge packs a month. I have never done that in my life, to be honest. I don't even sell like 5 challenge packs in a week, you guys. I sell like 5, maybe 10 challenge packs in a month. My numbers are low in Success Club, but they're consistent. That's all this takes, because what happens next is you have the commissions, but when you're an Emerald coach, now you have the second form of earning, which is called the team cycle bonus. So this is what Dana was talking about. Like maybe it's a little confusing at first, or maybe this is like your third or fourth time hearing it and it might just click. So what the team cycle bonus is I'm going to go back to this slide for a second. So you are that active coach and you have 2 coaches below you. Now you have that team cycle bonus. So what happens is everything, all the products that we have a volume measurement attached to it. Energize, I have sitting right here because I just chug it in the morning. I just chugged it this afternoon. It's 38 volume. I just chugged Bevy, so you can't see right now. That's about 30 volume. Shakeology is around 100 volume. So everything has a volume number attached. So that comes big into team cycle bonuses, because what happens with team cycle bonuses, it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So you have those 2 legs, the left and the right, and anytime there's the people below you, the coaches or the preferred customers are ordering products. So let's say like 3 of them on one leg, or ordering Shakeology, and then on the other leg, you might have some Energize users or Recover or Beach Bars or whatever it may be. Anytime there's 200 volume on one leg and 100 volume on the other leg, a team cycle bonus happens, and $14 goes into your bank account as an Emerald coach. So that's nothing that you earned, or nothing that like you did, that's not commission that you got from selling a challenge pack. It's not all this work you had to do. It's simply people below you, coaches or preferred customers that you helped get started, or your team helped get started, which I'll get to in a second. When they purchase product, you get that volume from the product and the team cycle bonus happens. Now, before you're saying like, okay, whoop-de-doo, like $14, like that's not a lot. But as your team grows and as our whole team grows, that $14 adds up. So as a diamond coach, it caps out at $18. And like that is the sweet spot. So like that, after getting to Emerald, diamond is where you set your sights on next. So you get that extra $4 per cycle, because it makes a big difference. What else did I want to say with team cycle bonus? Oh, so here's a little, and I actually found, just when Dana was talking, I found like a little easy chart for you guys to see. So again, here are you, here's your first coach you place or preferred customer. Here's your second that you place preferred customer. So here's where maybe it like might blow your mind a little bit. Dana or myself or whoever, you of course are the CEO of your business, but what's really cool is that if you are my personally sponsored coach, I am above you somewhere in your genealogy. So I have this other graphic, right? Like I am above you somewhere up here. And when I go to add a coach, my coach, even though it's my coach or my preferred customer, they're the same thing in this instant, I'm going to add them below you on this side. So the cool thing, you don't have to do anything with them. Again, they're not your coach. You don't have to start coaching them. But what you get, how we talked about like your rank affects me. Well, my volume that I've been adding people affects you, because now you get this person's $100 volume in Shakeology, or $100 volume in Energize and Recover, whatever it may be. So as I add coaches, they go below one of your legs, and that helps your team cycle bonus get bigger. So like as our whole team grows, that's what the beautiful thing about our compensation plan is. As our whole team grows, we all succeed, because I'm helping you get more team cycle bonuses. We're helping each other rank advance. And like, that's where the bigger part of the income comes into play. Because let's be honest, like I said, I'm not selling a lot of commissions and challenge packs. I think I've sold like, I'm at SC10 right now. So I've sold 5 challenge packs this month, but my income is it's a lot more than that because of the team cycle bonus and because every single month I just add new people and I add new people and then they fall in love with product and then they sign up as a coach or preferred customer and then that's when we start those team cycle bonuses. So it's that long-term thinking, but if you don't take that first step as an emerald, you're obviously never gonna get there. And maybe you've already hit emerald, maybe you hit it like a year ago, or maybe you just hit it like 3 months ago, but you're still just like have 2 coaches and maybe they're not even really coaching and maybe they're kind of inactive. That's where like your team cycle bonus might not be that big. You might only see that $14 once a month or maybe once a week if you are not actively trying to build up your team below you. Okay, and here's the last thing I want to say about this, and then we can go to the next point, is this is the reason why you want to always make sure you have an active status account is because let's say, and it will happen one day if you're consistent with it, let's say you have like 5,000 volume on one leg and 5,000 on the other. Like, honest, like it will happen quicker than you think if you just stay consistent with the active things. You know, it's that 2-to-1 ratio. So you're going to have $1,000, $2,000 left of volume one week. And guess what? It doesn't just go in the trash. It goes in what they call the carryover volume bank. And it goes over so that you can use that volume for next week. So as long as you stay active, so with 90 PV or more, that carryover volume will always be there. But for the coaches who fall inactive, which to be active, you have to order product every 5 weeks. As long as you stay active, that will always be there. And if you go inactive, which has happened to some coaches, it's happened sometimes, all that carryover volume goes down to 0. And I know some girls on our team, like if you've been on a coach maybe 1 to 2 years, you will be really shocked and you've been active this whole time, what your carryover volume might be. Like if you have not looked at that, you should go look at it. And that should be a big driver for you to be like, dang, I need to start adding coaches to my team so I can tap into that carryover volume, because that is just sitting there for you to earn money off of, that goes straight into your bank account. That is a bonus right from Beachbody. Okay, so hopefully that might be making a little more sense for you. If not, drop it in the chat section or we can leave it open for questions afterwards. Okay. All right, go ahead, Dana.
Okay, I do have a quick question and maybe we can see if we can figure it out. And this is where it shows like, gosh, guys, still learning. For some reason, I thought we lost that carryover if we weren't emerald.
I thought it was, you just have to be active, but I can double. Is it emerald?
I don't know for sure. I tried looking it up while you were going. Because I know I've gotten close to losing
active status, but
okay.
I'll look at the FAQs.
Okay. And if we don't, we can update that too. So, okay. Sorry, I just started second guessing myself a little bit. So now you understand what emerald is and what a lot of those incredible benefits are. So now we're going to talk about who are you going to place in those first 2 spots. And again, this is a major trusting the process. And this is a part of this that is actually really, really important. So that first placement, I'm going to talk about kind of the first important person, and then Brooke is actually going to talk about finding that second person. But that first person, you're definitely going to want to be somebody, preferably your spouse, if you have one, or somebody extremely close to you, like maybe a family member, or I would say I would like to keep it personally like in the family if possible, because this is going to be at the top of your business center. So you are at the top, and then you're going to have 2 people at the very top that someday are going to accumulate all of this volume under them. So it's really important to put somebody that, one, you can, sorry, but I have some drainage tonight and it's really bugging me. Someone that you can kind of control as an account, and 2, just to set you up for that long-term earning potential. So typically that is going to be your spouse. Can you go to the next slide? And so you might be like, okay, and this slide looks really boring, but I'm going to kind of explain it to you here in a second. Even today, I was like, why did I make that slide? And then I watched my old video and I knew why. You might be like, I was like, okay, I just signed up as a coach and I'm going to pay this business service fee. And now she wants me to sign up my husband and I'm going to have to pay another business service fee. And at first I just was like, I had to really trust the process. And if you've been around, like, I'm kind of like this realist pessimist. So I'm kind of like, it doesn't really make sense, but I've seen people that have been successful. I had watched Brooke be successful. I had watched Megan be successful. I had watched other women on the team be successful. And I saw that what they're earning, what they were earning, what their earning income was, what the potential was. And I trusted that they told me that I needed Erin at the top in that spot for me to capitalize on. Really, this, by doing this, it is allowing us to capitalize on the compensation plan that Beachbody has set up for us. And actually, it's super incredible that they even allow us to do this, because I know that there are some comp plans out there that don't allow this +2 possibility. So the reason I shared this graphic, though, is because I have Erin, which is my husband, over on one of my legs, obviously, and he does sit at the very, very top. And by putting him there, it has benefited me in a lot of ways. So I guess I'm going to just kind of share those really quick. One, he sits at the top, so he earns the volume off of all those coaches under him, which I'm going to get into in a second. He has played a key part in my team going 5-star elite. And I would say most people say that because it was an account that I was able to build, and it was already there and it was already in place, but I didn't even get to that till I was solid diamond myself. And that plays into possibly getting the bonuses for that, and then all of the volume you make on their account. But then the biggest thing I feel like is when, as you trust this process for the long term and you start tapping into those higher incomes or ranks like 2-star. So this is what I'm showing you on this graphic here. So you have Dana 1 at the very top, and then you have where I placed Erin, and then you have Dana 2, which was my second business center. When I went 2-star, I was able to open a second business center under my name. So that business center was, I kind of put that in the chat earlier. So this would be an example where it was sponsored by Dana 1, but strategically placed under Erin so that he is able to generate all the volume that comes from Dana 2. So now in this situation, I place every single challenge pack customer order is placed under Dana 2. Every personal order is placed under Dana 2. So there is so much volume that now is triple dipped, you guys. I earn an income on that in Dana 2. Erin, team cycle bonuses. He's kind of in a weird place in my downline, which I'm not going to get into that. So he earns anywhere from $150 to $200 a week just sitting in that spot. I don't even really build his account right now. I need to build it back up, so the potential is even higher there. This is not what his account actually looks like right now, but just to think of that, like, he sits there and I open his account every week and I'm like, dang, like, he made money again. But it's all because of that team cycle bonus from Dana bringing all that volume. And then we also earn again from that volume on Dana 1. So by putting him there, it is just for the long term a spot for just major earning potential. And so I guess if you were to think, if I had not put him there and maybe I had put him lower, just the volume that we could be missing out on. I have some builders actually that are right, that would have been like right in his spot, and I would not have double dipped their volume that now I'm able to get on all those accounts. So that is kind of like why we really talk about putting that spouse there and just trusting that long-term process. Okay, now I think Brooke is going to go ahead and go into kind of finding that second person, because you're like, okay, like, I can trust that and I can do that. And now we're going to talk about why it's important to find that second person. And I wish I would have picked somebody more important than I did, because I did not pick somebody important for my second person.
Thankfully, God did provide, or, made an important person work out for me, but I do wish mine was family member, because then I could have gifted to family, whether they wanted the income or they wanted to just pass it on.
Okay, I love the person, but she's a strict discount military coach. And so it's like,
But I wanted to touch on signing up your spouse too, because I remember being like, whoa, I just signed up and you want me to go sign up my spouse? Like, what, how do I do that? And so I just really want to go over really quick the U+2. You might probably have never heard of it if you're a brand new coach, but basically Beachbody allows your credit card to be on 2 other accounts, but it has to be a spouse, has to be a parent or a kid, your child over 18 years old. So the nice thing is like you can have your like Dana's, Aaron's, I'm sure it is because Josh's and mine are like that. Like our credit cards, like everything is the same. So it's not like you have to get him a whole new credit card. Like all of our stuff goes the same bank account. So it's that sense, it's just really easy to streamline. And I order all my to keep like Aaron or your spouse's account active. I always keep Shakeology under my account, but I always, whatever extra I use, that's what I put under their account because that just gives me volume that goes up to me and I get Team Cycle bonus for it. So I put Energize under there. I put Bevy under him. I put Recover under him and I put it under my other business centers too. But when I was just getting started out, everything else went under my husband to help him keep active. Okay, so that second person, and this is just, I'll get to this in a little bit, but like Dana said, this is someone that is going to be at the tippy top of your organization. I wish I would have made it my sister, my mom, even if I was like so scared to ask them because I'm like, they're going to roll their eyes at me. Like, I don't even really know what I'm doing, but I just know I need to put someone there or I need someone to sign up and join me. But now, like, lo and behold, if like I would have just asked my mom, even if she would have said no right then, if I would have like, hey mom, I would just love if you help me out, try this out with me, because now like a year into it, when I finally got the guts to like be like, mom, you want to try this shake? Actually, she was like, hey, can I try your shake? I'm like, okay. And yeah, a year into it, I don't recommend that. And like now she uses Shakeology every single day. Her and my dad do. And they do the 3-day refresh with me whenever I do. And she does all the programs. She just got a bike and she's doing all the spin rides. I'm like, she could have been at the very top of my organization. Even if she may have given me excuses, she could have at least tried it out. And lo and behold, she would have loved it. And I could either benefit in my parents with a great spot in my genealogy for them to have an income, or if they wanted to pass it on to me, like it's at least someone you truly love and care about rather than someone like an old Facebook friend or someone in elementary school. So don't be afraid to ask those people closest to you. And I know Brooke C on our team always likes to say, like, think of who would be someone that like you could sell a magazine to. And what she means by that is like, if you were just to go up to someone or one of your close friends or family member and been like, hey, I've been reading this magazine and it like I'm seeing like a life change. I'm more energized, I'm more confident, I'm feeling good. Like it's just seeping into my work and my kids and my husband. It's just feeling so good. Would you buy this magazine from me or try it out? Like everyone who loves you would be like, yeah, I'll try out that magazine. It's the same thing. It's like, just share with them what you're seeing from it. You can be honest, be like, I don't really understand what's going on all the way, but I want to share this with someone I love. You can come try it out for a month, a couple months. We can do a program together and get someone you love and care about in that number one spot. So think of whoever you could sell a magazine to and get them into that spot. So family, friends, coworkers, who, these are the people who are going to see your shaker cup, who are going to see you pouring your Energize in the afternoon, who are going to see you, having your beach bars, and they're going to be asking anyways. Friends from previous towns or college roommates or any of those kinds of people who love and support you. Don't be afraid to ask them, because I know that is hands down my biggest regret as a newer coach. I would just had so many limiting fears, so many limiting beliefs that no one would want to do this with me. And it's all because if I would have just asked and said, hey, let's just give it a month and see what you think, so much could be different. But of course, everything happens for a reason. Don't want to dwell on the past. So I like this slide says at the very end, have a genuine conversation with them. Like, if this is changing your life, if you are feeling more energized and confident, let them know they're gonna want to help you. Okay. Dana, did you want to do this one, or did we have anything else?
No, I think it was just like, just that go and just, yeah, just talking to people and asking them. And that memory jogger is great. And these are my slides that I had made, but I still recommend like thinking of those people closest to you. I felt like today when I was going back over that memory jogger, I felt like that was great. Even for those of us that are wanting to go Emerald again, I just put that in the chat, like where we're like, gosh, I feel like I've asked everybody, but then I look at that list and I'm like, have I really reached out to all my customers? Have I asked those that are close to me, like my friends and things like that? And then something that's kind of nice now, depending on the situation, and I was going to see if you had input on this part, Brooke, was like, let's say your mom was the person you were going to sign up. Nowadays, they could do it as a PC, right? And they still hold that spot in your genealogy, which is nice because you're not going and telling your mom you need her social security number to like sign her up in this spot. And I think in the beginning, maybe that was what that's an excuse, maybe like held me back from asking certain people. Like it felt like this really official thing. But I still, it'd be awesome to go find people that really want to work the business with you. So I don't want to like play safe with that piece either. No, I think that's all. And I like told Brooke today, like I thought of a coach on our team that I remember she had asked her sister and she had been so scared, and to ask people in a way that is genuine. Like, don't go send your sister a Facebook message if you don't ever Facebook message her. Like, go just have regular conversations, like take her out to dinner or, just ask those people in a way that is genuine to your relationship with them. Because I think that shows what it means to you more. They went and had a beer. That's their story. And it does always help, never hurts. So anyway, I think that was all. Just, and this idea of if you always live in fear and you never reach out, then you won't move forward. Okay. This might be scary and some of these conversations might be hard, but it never hurts to just go and ask. Kind of like Brooke said with her mom, she might've said, no, we don't know. We can't dwell on that past. But I know we both wish for some of those placements, maybe we would have had those hard conversations sooner.
Yeah. I would also going to add on to that, just like Emerald isn't like something you put on your vision board too. Like Emerald is like 2 coaches that should be happening even for like myself and like Dana and the lead, like all of us, if we've been a coach longer here, like that, we need to be getting 2 coaches this week by the end of the month. Like we always just need that mindset of going to Emerald again, 2 coaches at a time. It's not like, oh shoot, now I need to go get like 12 coaches to go diamond. No, like just focus on 2 coaches this month and make that a goal. I'll share one last thing like that keeps on replaying in my head. I shared it with some leaders this week of like something that has always kept me going. And I always like tell myself in this business is I'm either going to watch someone else do it. Like I can sit here and behind my phone and scroll all the reels and scroll all the stuff and get lost in whatever and watch someone else go. I assume if you're on here on a Tuesday night, like I assume you want to work this business to help your family financially, to help to go, maybe it's leave your job, maybe it's just to add a little bit of income in. Well, here's the thing, like this is the first step and you're either going to watch someone else do it or you can go out and do it yourself. And that's what I always tell myself if I ever just kind of feel like I'm doubting myself or fearful or I'm getting stuck in the comparison game or whatnot, like am I going to watch someone else do what I want for my family and my life? Or am I just going to boss up and go do it myself and take charge of it? Which I just think for me, it has served a very good motivator throughout these last 5 years at Coach. So I'm going to go ahead, stop sharing, stop recording. And let's just leave it